My dad, he lives in a DR, and he says, anything that you put in the ground grows, so why do people still go hungry? And I like that in theory, but I was like, man, farming is really hard though, man. I think, I might go hungry if I have someone to farm this food. It's like, but, back in the days, we had that skill set.
I think it's one of the things that make people uncomfortable about you, is you have the courage to have all these bold ideas and to implement them and to do all these different things. That bothers people. And there's a lot of people that don't have that kind of courage, and they are straddled down by anxiety, and they see a guy like you and they try to find flaws. They try to find things that are wrong with it.
Capitalists want to keep people.
They want to treat them.
They want to keep you sick, because that's how you keep making money. To have a guy, like for me, when I say I put my life on the line, I think about Abraham Lincoln, I think about JFK, to go in and sit and say, the whole thing is, no, everyone is going to be more prosperous, I think is the word. But this is how my mind just goes on these riffs right here. But Jack Dorsey decentralized Twitter 2 months before it really hit, because he was talking to the Bitcoin guys. And these are guys that really have a perspective on what the true liberation of America and humanity will be.
Can you explain what you're talking about with Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee? I lost you there.
Okay, so Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee were both murdered.
Well, Brandon Lee died in an accident on a movie set.
Yeah.
But you think it was a murder? One of the things that when anybody ever talks about you to me, they say, well, he's all over the place. And I say, I think that he's got a different power source. If you look at the way everybody interfaces with the world, if there's a universal power, most people have a 20-watt charger. The way I describe you, I say, I think that motherfucker's got a 150-watt charger, and these ideas are just coming at him. So you do go on these rants that sometimes need to be dissected into individual things.
Absolutely. I'm completely confident that I will figure out how to get America out of debt. That I have the ability. Once I see everything, I never make the wrong decision when I'm given all the information. That's my skill set. Anything I go into, producing, rap, homes, clothing, anything. Once I'm given the right information, I apply my taste, and I have the best taste on the planet. I mean, Quincy Jones. There's a couple people that's like, okay, Quincy Jones' taste might be better than mine. But could you imagine Quincy Jones as a president?
I could.
Yeah. Or Walt Disney, Steve Jobs. Maybe some of these personalities are
a little volatile.
Yeah.
But that's how he gets things done.
People always go to the furthest extent. If you talk about abortion culture, people immediately go to rape, but don't do the math on what percentage that is. And for me, as a Christian president, as I said, I go on that. I touched on it before. I realize we're in an imperfect world. When I talk to my fellow Christians and we talk about meat, we talk about guns, we talk about, in this imperfect world, there's a transition between where we are today and where we're going. Does the meat industry have a great impact on the ozone? From what I hear, it does. And we have to transition. Like Deadpool. I'm like Deadpool for God. There's no noise, there's no human noise that can. And if someone tried to there was a friend of mine that did a really bad move where he tried to say, I was using this lawyer, and I was about to work with him, and he said, the lawyer said he wouldn't work with you until you get my contract done. And I was just like, do you not know me at all? I'd be the type to cut off if my hands are like this, I'll cut off my own hand. I come back in the room, they'd be like, yo, what you doing here? I thought we tied you up. I'd be like, and then I go, there's times where, my people who work with me, or say my mentees or whatever, will go out and they'll do something that I wanted to do, and then I'm torn, because as a man, I'm jealous and I'm proud at the same time, and it's like a father-son relationship. Because sometimes when the sun goes out and is more successful at things, the father wants to say, that's a good job, but every time the son does something that's a good job, it reminds the father of his failures.
Yes.